Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 4th of November 2025. So short squeezers shredded as dash for trash disappoints, breadth abysmal, Bitcoin bad, bullion better. Well, the reason that bullion is better is because there's no third-party risk with bullion, so that's why we're starting to see a bit more buying coming back into the metals. However, overnight they're being pushed lower. Today felt very much like sell everything to buy Mag 7. Obviously, the main 7 stocks there in the Nasdaq stocks mixed as big tech keeps the Nasdaq bid, again referring to the Mag 7 there. Economic news for today: we've got Lagarde out twice today. She's out at 7:40 a.m. and then 10 a.m. So let's have a look at the mixed stocks for yesterday and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow for yesterday, we can see that the market was lower, and it's lower overnight. Some weakness around at the moment outside of the Nasdaq with regards to the main indices. So again, let's just keep an eye on this 20 bar moving average. Also, as we're moving lower, we'll take this horizontal line here, whereas the last sort of swing low. So we'll just draw from there up to the high, which is this one here, the all-time high 48,049, and see where the market lands with regards to these fib retracement lines. So at the moment we're heading for the gold ratio. We've just been through this and now we're trying to stay back above it. So let's just save that and have a look at the 30-minute chart. So yesterday the cash market kicked in, market moved lower. We had a bit of a dead cat bounce that traded sideways, and then overnight we've traded all the way down past the low, but we can see the buying coming into the market now at the S1 level. It's a matter of whether this holds or not. It could be an overnight shakeout to bring the market back. Right, so have a look at the German DAX. There's not a lot to report in the German DAX at the moment. As you can see that we're getting sideways, but we are starting to see the market move lower. The low that was here yesterday has now been taken out overnight, so we've got lower highs as well in between the market putting in that high yesterday. We'll look at that in more detail when we get to yesterday's trades. So at the moment, again, we've got this situation where there is some weakness around up to the recent high, and you can see there this too is trading just below the 62% retracement. We then got the 78 and 89. Now, obviously, with Lagarde speaking today in Europe, the market's going to take its cue from whatever she says. In the 30-minute chart yesterday morning, we saw the market rally up sharply, ran out of steam, and then it followed the US markets. And we've already sailed below the low. We've got this climatic volume there now, and we're now trying to buy back in with this bar here. So again, no surprise there. Let's get the selling out of the way overnight, and then they can bring the markets back during the day. In the S&P 500, this too moving lower. So again, we'll do exactly the same here. We'll go to this green line to the recent high, which is the all-time high. And again, you can see the market is back to the 50% retracement. The 62 has the 20 MA also as support for it there, but at the moment we're back 50% retracement, so still fairly strongish compared to the other markets that have done 62 or heading towards 78. In the 30-minute chart, again, same picture as the Dow. Market traded up to the 200 MA with the R1 level, and then we've seen the market collapse overnight, I suppose, in one way, down to the S2. Is sort of reminiscent of a bit of a collapse. And again, you can see there, though, the buying coming in with the demand there and the volume starting to increase. So down at the S2 at the moment, an important level that the market is currently holding at. See whether it continues to do that. Even the FT 100, Rachel won't be too thrilled because this also moving down overnight as well. But if we go from this green line, always take the green line first, you'll see the market is trading down to the 89% retracement there. So just below the 78 and heading towards that 89, which I've just managed to inadvertently delete there. So we're getting close to this green line. We're just at the 89% retracement there. And if that one fails, and the market continues lower today, then I'll just redraw this, and then we'll see that again we've got that 38% retracement with the 20 bar moving average for the bigger swing. But we have got this one in progress at the moment. Like I say, we are 89% on that one. Yeah, so I was going to redraw it on, but I won't bother. But you can see that we're in that sort of area. In the 30-minute chart, yesterday, very frustrating market as prices traded sideways for several hours before moving lower with the Dow. But overnight, we've got this bit of a shakeout going on here. Got a bit of climatic volume coming in there, and also the market sitting at the S2, just like the S&P 500. Let's have a look at the US dollar. So in the US dollar, we've had a decent move to the upside for the last few days there, and then we've got a bit of red coming in, but don't be surprised if we head back to the 100 level there, 100.257, with all of the speculation that Powell isn't going to raise rates at the next meeting. That's enough to support the US dollar. Let's have a look at the metals for yesterday and overnight. Well, overnight it's not looking good, and in fact yesterday I was watching the market yesterday afternoon, and I saw this bar, the range of the bar, fail to get anywhere near the previous day's high, and now we have this situation. So for me, I'm just going to remove the upside at the moment because I don't believe we're going up for the time being. As I've mentioned before, this is a dead cat bounce in an existing market is going to move lower. Let me just remove this. We're already below the 38% retracement and at 50% there. So again, it's starting to look like we're going down to retest the low here. So hopefully the market will find support at the 50 moving average there, which also just ties in with the 62% retracement. We'll just have to wait and see, but it's not looking good for silver today. I think we're going to see one of those days where it just grinds lower. And if you look at the 13-minute chart, you'll see exactly what I mean. We've got a bit of climatic volume there overnight, and the selling seems to have subsided at the moment, but I wouldn't be at all surprised if we don't continue lower. There's the crunch at the LBMA, bang on the dot every day without fail, apart from the odd day, and we see prices then moving lower. We were sideways, but no, we've got to have a shakeout, and that's exactly what we're seeing there. But I think it's the only thing that I would say, if you look at the volume here, it's more or less the same as the previous bars of volume, but the range is less, so there is some buying around the low there, trying to keep the market supported, but I don't know. The daily chart is looking very weakish to me at the moment, so I wouldn't be at all surprised if we don't go down to the 46 level once more. Meanwhile, in gold, this is sideways, stuck in a range, not doing an awful lot. Consolidation is good, and if we look at the 30 minutes of this too, you'll see we've got a bit of climatic volume as they try to sell in Asia, but starting to come back there following the green bar, and we didn't hit yesterday's low, making it stronger at the moment than the silver price. But yesterday we moved up, and then we got stuck in a range. We had a double top, and like I say, overnight they managed to bring the price back. So let's have a look at the gold silver ratio, see what information we can glean from this. Well, this says it all really. We've been moving lower, and now we're up yesterday and we're up again. So that's indicative of the market once again wanting to move the silver price lower. If I'll just draw these fib retracements in, and again you'll see that we've got lines there to gauge what the market will do on the way back. So we've got 50% is where we had the big move to the downside there. We'll see if we can get above. If we get above that, then we'll go and retest the 78 and 89 levels. Right, let's have a quick look at yesterday's trades. So in the German DAX pre-market session, prices were sideways, but this was soon to change when the cash market opened. We had a potential buy signal, and it's continued all the way up past to the high. Then it had a breather, then it went through the high, and then we got into a sideways move. So the first trade giving a really good run to the upside to the high. We know what happens when we get to the high. It's either retested, which it was, we saw the market come off, and then it retested, and then we saw some selling coming into the market here, and then we had a potential sell signal. But the problem is the market then wanted to trade sideways, so the gains made in the first part of the morning were subject to a couple of losses there, as the market wouldn't move lower, and then we got stuck in this sideways range. Obviously, having put on a couple of 100 points, the market then became range bound before then trying to move back to the upside again up to the R2. And then into the afternoon with the US, we had this spike in volume here at just after 2 p.m. And then we got stuck into a down move as the Dow and the S&P moved lower to begin with. We didn't follow through that much on the DAX, and then you can see there we're trying to move back, but we got stuck in a sideways move once more, and we can see some buying coming back into the market at this level as well, trying to hold. And then we move to the downside to the R1 before we then get a reversal triggered by this buying, and then a retest at the R1. Prices then trade sideways to lower once more, creating a loss on the last buy signal there, and then moving back down to retest the R1 level there. So the resistance level became a support level, as you can see there, and then trying to move back up towards the high as it went into the evening, just hitting it there and then coming back. But where are we overnight? We've got weakness, of course, that we've seen already, as market has started to stabilize a bit, and we're now sideways below the low. The goal here will be to get back above yesterday's low to keep the momentum on the upside if possible. But of course, the daily chart at the moment, we're stuck in this sideways move, aren't we, with the DAX at the moment. So we're at the sort of an area where you would expect to hopefully see some support. Right, that's it for this one. So have a great day. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.